Today we're going to talk about joint stress and how to keep your joints without having surgery and have a beautiful lifting lifestyle without putting yourself in the hospital, okay? You got to understand, a joint has no muscularity in it. It's bone, it's tendon, it's ligament, so you can't build a joint, okay? You either are gifted in the joints or you're not, okay? You know, most people, when they're doing an exercise, I'll give you an example. If I'm doing a bicep, I'm going to squeeze from the bicep all the way up and get that contraction. And on the way down, most people just drop it. And then when you drop it, it cracks into the joint. And then you're going to end up having problems, okay? You got to understand what tendons are. Tendons are basically, if you can imagine it in your head, they're ropes that hold your body together. And I'll explain what I mean by that. When I contract and I squeeze my bicep, my tendon is loose. When I loosen my arm and I bring it down, my tendon is tight. And I'll give you an analogy that you can understand. If I had a rope tied from here to here, okay, and when I straightened my arm and it went tight, that's the function that my tendon would have, okay? So when I'm squeezing up and I'm doing that bicep curl, if the rope went from here to here and was tight, when I squeezed my bicep up and bent my arm, that rope would be dangling loose, okay? Well, that's the same idea with the tendon work, okay? So when I'm squeezing, I have that contraction, and as I go down, I'm gonna stay in that bicep the entire way down. I don't hyperextend. This is a hyperextension, okay? At this point, the tendon is tight, and then the joint's gonna get that pressure on it. So what I do is I don't go completely all the way down. I go to here, which is like an 85 to 90% range. So I'll go to here where I'm still in the bicep, and then I'll squeeze. So I'm in position here, and I'm squeezing that bicep up, and I have that contraction. Now as I come down, I don't drop it, okay? I stay in the contraction on the way down, and you'll see the bicep start to move downward. And I'll go to there, keeping the contraction. So at this point, my bicep is still tight. And then I continue, okay? So whether you're doing biceps or legs or chest, I don't know if any of you have ever seen my videos, but when I competitively bench press, I bring that weight down so slow, sometimes it'll take 8-10 seconds to get to the bottom, okay? But what I'm doing is I'm staying in the muscularity and I'm coiling up that power. Just like if I'm in a bicep and I'm coming down, I'm coiling up that power, but I'm staying in the bicep the entire way. So when I go up on my next contraction, I'm already in here. So what I have is a mind to muscle link up. I have my mind and I have it in the area to where I'm tight on the way down in that bicep. And then I never have to rethink it because I'm already in that mode. It's like a bow and arrow. If we took a bow and arrow and we put an arrow in it, as you pulled back, you would have pressure in that bow. So when you get back to where you're going to shoot that arrow, when you let it go, there's no loose point in it at all. It's torque all the way back, and then when you let it go, that tightness is already going forward. So that pressure is on that arrow the entire time. That's the way your body works, and that's the way to save the joint stress and the pressure from going to your joints and having you shorten your lifting career or athletic career. It's just like hitting in boxing. When you punch in boxing, you go forward, and when you punch with a bend in your arm. And now I have power in this range. But as soon as I hyperextend, I don't know if any of you have fought or tried to hit something and missed it, to where you hyperextend, it's boom, and you'll feel that incredible pain in here. Well, that pain means it's not good for you, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So whether you're lifting or punching or doing anything really, you want to stay tight in that area when it comes to that joint stress, okay? There's one thing that you need to understand. You cannot build a joint, okay? Once those joints go bad, they're bad, okay? You can build the muscle, but you cannot build a joint. You cannot build a tendon. You cannot build a ligament. Once you blow them, they're blown. They're never going to be the same again. You get arthritis, you get a lot of different things, conditions that happen to the joints. They're never the same again. So the more you take care of it, the longer they're gonna last.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.